Welcome back, people. If you've seen last week's video, you'll know where we left off. This is day 2 of 3 days hiking pretty far north in the Scottish Highlands. Today we're tackling 5 mountains. We're going to do the Western Fanics. You can actually do these as a 9. I think it's about 50 kilometres. But we'll just do the 5 and then do the 4 eastern ones at a later date. But it's absolutely glorious today. There's blue skies and the sun is shining. And there's just a little bit of snow on the mountains, just near the tops, which should be good fun. So we'll continue on and we'll show you what we see a little bit further up. Just making our way through a wee forest right now. It's literally so quiet. You can just hear like birds chirping. Absolutely beautiful. Oh wow. Look at that, people. Opening up to the loch we camped at the other night. That is amazing. We pretty much couldn't ask for better conditions than this. It's so calm. There's obviously blue skies. And it's just a little bit of snow to make it interesting. It's going to be such a good day.
We left the chirping birds behind and headed for the snow-covered mountains.
Whew. Really quite steep, this mountain, but look at these views. Oh, it's a joke.
Fallen boulders created platforms with views of the remote and rugged landscape.
We've just come up and over the first sort of steep incline. I think we're up at about 600 metres, so only got like 300 to 350 to the first Munro. The views have really opened up now. You can see over to Anchelic, over to the Eastern Fanics, and we think we can even see into Ascent. The views are just absolutely amazing. Visibility is just so good today. Oh wow, look at that ahead. I think that may be the first Munro just there. Second one's probably behind that lump you can see. And then I think that might be the 4th and 5th, and the 3rd will be somewhere over here. That one in the middle I think maybe Scourmore, which is one of the Eastern Fanics. There's just a little breeze right now, which is just absolutely perfect. Just cooling us down. We're also going over sort of a flat sort of plateau bit before the final pull to the first Munro. So it's nice to get a break. This bit's a bit mad. We're pretty much just heading along here. Then we're going to try and cut up there. And then the first Munro, it's just up the top there. Going to stick on the spikes to try and get through this next bit. Looks a bit mental. Literally what a view though. Looking over that loching. That is beautiful.
We made our way past the steep snow patches, making sure to take our time with every step. And once back on the trail, decided to take off the crampons. There was then a short ascent up to the summit of the first Munro. At this point the wind had picked up, so we touched the summit cairn, enjoyed the views, and were back on our way heading to the second Munro of the day.
Just making our way off the top of the first Munro now. I think it was called Achelic. I think it's about 990 something metres, but I'll put it up on the screen. The snow actually like blinds you. It's hard to look at the snow, but these views are just unbelievable. We can see into Torridon, you can see Anchelic again, just into the far north. Unbelievable views. And it looks like quite a distance to the second Munro, so we're just going to get on with that.
The going was good on the downhill, and we could now see ahead towards our next intended target. It was then a steep but quick ascent following a rocky trail. After what felt like a short ascent, we reached the top
of the second Munro, and we can see the third Monroe in the distance just over there.
With the winds howling, we decided not to hang about at the summit. Reaching the sheltered Bealach, it was the perfect place to stop for a break. Recharged and refueled, we headed on for the last big climb of the day.
So this is looking back to where we've just come from. That was the second Monroe there, and we pretty much just made our way all the way down this ridge. Looks so steep now, and we're heading up not too far from the third Monroe. Oh yes, we have reached the top of the third Monroe. That was pretty tough towards the end there. Pretty steep, but luckily the wind has died down a wee bit now, so it's a lot more comfortable. We can enjoy the views up here.
Looking back at the ridge we had just traversed gave a real feeling of satisfaction, which quickly changed to tiredness as we found ourselves heading uphill again.
Look at that up there. That is the summit of the fourth Monroe. That is one almighty cornice. That is mental. The sun's back out as well, just in time. This is amazing. What a day out in the hills. The views are just incredible everywhere. Ran out of words, to be honest. Oh yes, here we are. Monroe 236. And what a view. Looking over to Scarmore and the other eastern Phanex. Back round to the Monroe we just came from down there, and then over to the Monroes we did earlier. Amazing. Literally, what a place. I mean, there's too many mountains to name. There's just so many we can see. It's 360 degrees, just mountains in every direction. I think we're gonna stay up here for probably like 5 to 10 minutes, and then we've got a ridge to the next Monroe, so I have to take some care there, but it looks pretty amazing. This is absolutely mental coming off this. I mean, look at that behind us. That's where we've just come from, along that ridge, and then along there. No joke, man. Just the snow makes it so difficult. Like, this is probably a really nice, airy ridge in the summer with, you know, not too much difficulty. But when there's snow and cornices, like, it just makes it so difficult. Still really good fun, though.
The environment seemed harsh and inhospitable. It wasn't surprising that there seemed to be no wildlife up that high. Yet, the impressive ptarmigan seemed to defy all the odds.
We are now heading up to the fifth and final Monroe. I think it's about 950 metres, maybe 930. So the last one was about 1100, so it's significantly smaller. What a day it's been, to be fair. But I'm so tired, so we'll be glad to finish.
We arrived at the summit of the fifth and final Monroe of the day. With time getting on, we decided not to hang about and started the descent towards the glen.
We've made it back down into the glen now, and there's some really nice views back towards the Monroes we've done today. What a day it's been. The weather's just been absolutely perfect. We're now just going to try and find somewhere to camp. The Monroe we're potentially doing tomorrow is in a different area, so I think we're pretty much just going to head for the west coast and then see if we can find somewhere to camp along there. So hopefully the next time you see us, we'll have found a decent spot to pitch the tents for the night. Literally, what a spot to camp. Look at that. Unbelievable. Never done a beach camp before as well, so this is, I mean, it's just so peaceful here, so calm. There's pretty much no wind, just looking out to sea. This is absolutely beautiful. So gonna try and get the tents pitched and then just have a relaxing night. It's about half an hour till sunset, so just chill and get some food and enjoy the night. What about this for a camp spot? Does it get any better? We either get so lucky with our camp spots, or I think it just goes to show that it's really not that hard to find great camp spots. There's just so many in Scotland. All you need to do is put a little bit of effort in and you can get to some pretty amazing places. And this is just amazing. Unbelievable. What an incredible place to wake up. It's literally so peaceful and so calm. You can just hear the waves coming in and out all night. Definitely one of the best night sleeps I've had in a tent. People would pay a lot of money to get somewhere like this. So yeah, I'm definitely grateful that I'm here. I think we're just gonna get the stuff packed up, get some breakfast, and then head toward today's Monroe. Not before taking in that view one last time. Look at that. That is beautiful. Welcome to day 3 of us hiking up Monroes in the far north of the Scottish Highlands. I'm not sure how much of this you can hear because I lost my wind muff on day 1 and I don't have a spare one with me. But today we're heading up a Monroe called Maruisk. It's just a single Monroe out and back and it's a pretty short day. I think it's about 5, maybe 6 miles. So maybe even shorter than that, to be honest. It's quite an easy Monroe. I think it's about 930 metres tall. So yeah, the weather doesn't look too great today. It's pretty sort of overcast, clouds, and I think even some rain forecast. But we'll crack on and we'll see what it's like. Hopefully get some views near the top.
Although we hadn't gained much elevation yet, we could sense that the weather up on the mountain wasn't going to be as friendly as the day before. But we carried on up the trail, hoping for a change in the forecast. As we got higher up, the views got better, and the mountain seemed to get steeper with every step.
Really quite steep this, but it means we're gaining elevation pretty quickly, which is nice. And look at these views behind me. Pretty amazing. Got a feeling we're going to be going into the clouds pretty soon though. They look like they're just up there. I'd imagine it's about to get really windy. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit. We're at about 700 metres right now, and then we're sort of gonna come onto a plateau, and then it evens out a little bit up to the summit. So yeah, this might be pretty windy up here. That's pretty cool. There's some drop off the side there. Jeez, this looks like a cliff face. Well, we've made our way off the mountain, so I think I'm going to end the video here. What a great adventure it's been, a great 3 days in the Scottish Highlands. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe, really helps the channel out, and I'll hopefully see you guys next time for another adventure.